before the world froze, before the mammoths vanished, North America was ruled by predators so powerful, so strange, that our modern lions and tigers would look small beside them. And then, almost overnight, the world changed. Picture a North America that feels almost alien. Giant ground sloths lumber across open plains. Herds of horses thunder where shopping malls will one day stand. Mastodons crush branches underfoot as easily as we crush dry leaves. And watching from the shadows, sharpened by hunger and by evolution's merciless hand, wait the most lethal cats the continent has ever produced. It is the twilight of the Ice Age. For tens of thousands of years, this world has held steady. Cold, yes, but stable enough that life has thrived in colossal forms. And then something happens, something fast, violent, and global. A climate event so dramatic that even today, scientists argue over what triggered it. We call it the Younger Dryas. Roughly 12,900 years ago, Earth seemed to inhale sharply, and the temperature plunged. In a geological instant, the northern hemisphere returned to near-glacial conditions. Winters lengthened, summers weakened, rain patterns shifted, environments collapsed. The cause? Well, that depends on which scientist you ask. Some point to a massive pulse of fresh meltwater, released when the great ice sheets broke apart, that disrupted the Atlantic Ocean circulation. Others argue for volcanic eruptions. And then there is the controversial hypothesis: a fragmented comet striking the ice sheets and throwing the world into chaos. Whatever the cause, one thing is certain: the animals alive before the Younger Dryas were not the same animals that survived after it. And among the greatest losses were the big cats of North America, an ancient dynasty of predators shaped by fierce prey, unforgiving winters, and unbroken wilderness. Before the Younger Dryas slammed the door on megafaunal life, North America was home to at least 7 extraordinary cat species. Some were massive, some were fast, some carried sabers long enough to pierce bone. All of them were apex predators in their own right. Let's step into their world. Imagine a cat built like a tank, short, brutally muscular, and designed not for elegance but for butchery. That was Xenosmilus, a relative of the saber-toothed cats, but with a twist. Unlike Smilodon, which used long sabers for precise killing strikes, Xenosmilus had short serrated fangs that acted like meat-slicing tools. Paleontologists call it the cookie-cutter cat, because its bite wasn't just lethal, it was efficient. With one chomp, it could remove massive strips of flesh. It lived in warm, open habitats, Florida scrublands, coastal plains, and forest edges. Its preferred prey: giant prehistoric pigs and antelope-like ungulates. Xenosmilus likely hunted in ambush, delivering devastating bites that caused rapid blood loss. Think of a jaguar's bite power combined with a lion's body and a butcher's toolkit. Now raise your eyes. Bigger, bigger still. The American lion, Panthera atrox, wasn't just larger than modern lions, it was 25% bigger. This creature stretched nearly 11 feet long and weighed up to 1,000 pounds. This wasn't a cat that hunted. This was a cat that dominated. Standing chest high to a human with limbs built for long pursuit, the American lion reigned over grasslands and river valleys from Alaska to Mexico. Its prey included camels, horses, bison, giant deer, and occasionally young mammoths. Unlike the saber-toothed cats, which relied on wrestling and precision, the American lion likely used teamwork and endurance. And here's the extraordinary part. Genetically, it was closer to modern lions than to any American feline. In fact, if it walked past you today, its mane, or lack of one, would be the only mystery. The superstar of the Ice Age, the icon, the symbol of prehistoric power. Smilodon was no oversized house cat, it was a biological weapon. Its body was squat and muscular, built for grappling. Its jaws opened nearly 120 degrees, far wider than any living cat. And its sabers, long, elegant, terrifying, could reach over 7 inches. Smilodon didn't chase prey, it ambushed. It wrestled giant herbivores to the ground, pinned them with powerful forelimbs, and drove its sabers into soft tissue, like the neck or belly, avoiding bone. You can think of Smilodon as halfway between a tiger and a bear. Its environment ranged from cool forests to open plains, especially rich near the famous tar pits of ancient Los Angeles. Now picture the opposite of Smilodon. Long limbs like springs, a spine built like a whip, and a body designed for blistering acceleration. This was the American cheetah, Miracinonyx, a cat that looked and behaved strikingly like modern cheetahs, but wasn't directly related. This is a case of convergent evolution. 2 unrelated species shaped by the same selective pressures to produce nearly identical designs. And what was that pressure? Speed. Because the American cheetah was not chasing antelope, it was chasing pronghorn, the fastest land mammal in North America today. The pronghorn's top speed of 55 miles per hour is a relic of this ancient arms race. Even today, it can outrun every predator on the continent, because the predator it evolved to escape is long gone. If Smilodon was the bruiser, Homotherium was the special ops unit. Tall-legged, lean, and built for endurance hunting, this cat was adapted for open tundra and grasslands. Its serrated canines were shorter than Smilodon's, but designed for slicing. Its limbs were proportioned for long-distance pursuit. It likely hunted cooperatively, maybe even in daylight, using strategy rather than brute force. Homotherium targeted young mammoths, giant bison, camels, and musk ox. And unlike most big cats today, it may have been a sophisticated pack hunter, coordinating attacks on dangerous prey. It was a creature perfectly suited for Ice Age life, right until the climate flipped. Today's jaguars are powerful. The Pleistocene jaguar was bigger, stronger, and more robust. A muscular ambush predator built to wrestle prey in dense forests and river valleys. These jaguars hunted horses, giant tapirs, ground sloths, and even young mastodons. Their bite force, already the highest among modern big cats, was even stronger in their Ice Age ancestors. Like modern jaguars, they were solitary, stealthy, and comfortable in water. Their world was a warmer mosaic of woodlands and wetlands, a stark contrast to the tundra where lions and Homotherium roamed. Found across Europe, Siberia, and Alaska, the cave lion, Panthera spelaea, was another giant, possibly maneless, with a thicker coat, living in frigid climates near the Great Glaciers. Cave lions hunted bison, horses, reindeer, and incredibly, cave bears. They were fast, social, and adapted to deadly winters. Unlike the American lion, cave lions overlapped heavily with early humans, who painted them on cave walls. Their extinction coincides with climate stress and the disappearance of their prey. The Ice Age wasn't just cold, it was dynamic. Forests expanded and shrank, grasslands opened and vanished, rivers moved, species migrated. North America was a land in constant flux, and the big cats adapted by carving out distinct ecological roles. Smilodon and jaguars owned the forests. American lions and Homotherium ruled the plains. American cheetahs patrolled the high deserts. Xenosmilus stalked warm, humid lowlands. Cave lions mastered the northern snowfields. Competition between these cats was fierce. Territories overlapped. Prey herds shifted. A warming or cooling trend could change everything. But for over 100,000 years it worked. The predators thrived. Until the world suddenly changed. The sudden freeze transformed lush lands into barren ground, prey herds collapsed, forests withered, rivers froze, and the big cats, each exquisitely adapted to their niche, found themselves in a world that no longer supported them. Smilodon disappeared around 10,000 years ago. Homotherium followed. The American lion vanished. Xenosmilus gone. Cave lions retreated to Siberia and then fell silent. Only the jaguar, the cougar, and the bobcat survived. Smaller, more flexible hunters able to shift diets and habitats as the world changed. Walk through North America today and you won't see a 1,000-pound lion or a cheetah racing across sagebrush plains, but the legacy of these Ice Age giants is still here. The pronghorn's impossible speed, the jaguar's crushing bite force. The world changed, but evolution remembers. Before the Younger Dryas, this continent belonged to titans. Lions the size of motorcycles, cats with serrated blades for teeth, predators built for worlds we will never experience again. And though they are gone, they teach us something timeless. A world can change in an instant, and the rulers of yesterday can vanish with tomorrow's wind.